Hello, Spencer here with Loop, and in this video I'm going to break down how to build the perfect customer lead list. I think in the next video I might explain how to clean the list, and then the video after that one I'm going to go into more detail on how to reach out to that list. But if you're like most of the VoIP providers I work with, from small to large, everyone wants more customers, and as a guy who runs Loop, I want you to get more customers, so we got a win-win situation in our hands here. And outside of me just running sales for your team, what I'd like to do is break down how I would run sales for your team, and then maybe you can forward this video to somebody who can take it and run with it, or you can run with it yourself. So I'm going to start off by shrinking my head here. Boom, 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 boom. All right, so how much easier would your life be if you knew exactly who to email and you had their emails, and basically all you had to do was bang out emails all day? I know that's not exciting, but emails are the best way to close new business for multiple reasons, and we can get into that. So first things first, there's going to be a general undertone in this video of a little bit of a sales pitch, so take that with a grain of salt. But if I was to come into your organization and run sales, this is how I would do it. I'm not saying that's the right way or the wrong way. It's just how I would do it. So obviously Loop sells CRM integration. I think what Loop does for most VoIP providers is it actually unlocks the key to a very niche audience, which I don't think enough people are doing today. And so what I mean by niche audience is understanding the underlying business practices that the business operates on. So instead of selling VoIP to sell VoIP, what you should be doing is selling value-added services to their existing businesses. So if I'm a Salesforce customer, I'm paying $150 a seat, and I actually don't care about the VoIP provider. I think that's why, or I don't think, I know that's why InContact, Five9s, TalkDesk, all these companies sell for $80 to $100 a seat for call center platforms, because they know those people know the value of the phone system. Versus companies who are just trying to decrease costs, they don't know the value. And let me tell you something: every business in America, I'm saying this with no stats behind me, is running some sort of back-end system to keep track of their customers. Even if it's the food truck has Square for credit card processing, and there's a list at the end of the day of all their customers in there. So everyone has a CRM you can integrate with. The reason you're not being asked to, most likely, is because your seat count is too low. Meaning at 50 seats and below, most of the people that I deal with, you're dealing with like an office manager or someone whose responsibility is not necessarily the VoIP service, and they're looking at the P&L and they're saying, look, I just want to reduce my costs, get rid of this old technology, help me out here. But when you get to 50 seats and above, by the way, that's a generic number, you start to run into somebody who actually has a professional IT person whose goal it is to find the best solution for the business. And that's where CRM integration comes in. So if you think about what I just said, CRM integration not only should help you find your customers easier, but it should help you find bigger, more stickier customers as well, because you're actually dealing with an educated person versus someone who's trying to reduce the bill, doesn't really operate in the day-to-day. So let's hop into that. So Loop has 70 plus integrations. The reason I'm telling you that is some of these integrations no one's going after. I can confidently tell you that. And so what I want to do is have you go to the Loop website, or take a look at our integrations list, pick an integration that might be not sought after, and then sell into that, because you'll be the only one. You can carve out your part of the industry. Or you can do what everyone does to some extent and go after the big dogs, because there's plenty of food. So we're going to start with the big dogs. We're going to pop into Pardot. We're over here on Built With, by the way. If you don't know, Built With is my favorite website on the entire internet. Basically what it is it's a source code search engine. To keep this really high level for you, Built With, instead of looking at all of the text on a website, looks at the source code. And if you go to any website, you can actually click sources and see all of the applications that they're running that are third party, right? So if I go to our good friends, NetSapiens, pop in here and Go ahead and click accept. By the way, if the Net Savings team's watching this, the new website looks great. I think that's Jason's doing. Built with has an extension, which will break down everything for you. So if you take a look at this, they're using HubSpot, a ton of HubSpot, by the way, heavily invested. Hotjar. They've turned off New Relic, some other HubSpot stuff. The gray means they turned it off. Here's the other thing that's great about Built With. It tells you how much their tech spend is, which is a good reference point for how big the business is, because all of these apps cost money. Built With knows what they cost, so you can guess what somebody spends. Yoast for SEO, Facebook retargeting. Look at some of this stuff that they turned off. WooCommerce. Ooh, what are you guys doing? Are you selling merch, pushing phones maybe? See if anything else pops out to me. So you can see the tech stack, right? That's kind of the takeaway here. And all the apps that they not only were running, but also turned off. So what Built With does is every month it actually repulls the code from your website and sees what you have running and what you have turned off. And since it's a directory, they basically keep track of everything. So obviously running Zendesk, turned off MailChimp, I mean, you can see everything in here, okay? This isn't really groundbreaking information. I mean, it's groundbreaking in the fact that it's a directory, but as far as the information, you can find all of this same information. So here's their UGM stuff. They're using a third party with this, looks like. I don't know who this is. It might be worth checking out. Anyways, so now we're on the website. If I right click and click inspect, you can just see all this stuff on your own. So here's Google's APIs, HubSpot banner, I think that's what that is. A lot of HubSpot stuff. Anyways, so all Built With is just an inventory of websites and tools that they're using. So the reason I'm telling you that is, for example, we have a HubSpot integration. So if I come in here and I type in HubSpot, usage data and statistics, oh my God, I didn't realize it was this big. So here are 244,000 people in the US that are using HubSpot. If you don't think this is a hot lead list, golly, is it ever a hot lead list, let me tell you. And here's some of the popular ones. So like ShipStation, obviously Subway Catering. I bet you someone could go after Subway Catering and get them. They're using, for their catering system, they're probably looking for a call center. I can give you a little bit of insights from my time at Vonage because I was working on a deal with On the Border. They're a chip company and they're a restaurant here in Texas. I think they're expanding. Anyways, On the Border ran a call center software on top of a CRM called something Monkey, Lead Monkey or something Monkey. Monkey Jam, something Monkey. It was a catering software. The reason I'm telling you this is On the Border, the restaurant division, like 30% of their revenue was catering because there's no servers, you make it, you ship it, it's low cost, it's easy. So the reason I'm telling you that is that we're talking On the Border, big company. They were using Pingtone. That's the company. I know you might be thinking right now, who the heck is Pingtone? Pingtone got acquired by Fusion. And it's now just Fusion, but they were using Pingtone for their call center, and maybe it was Monkey Media CRM, and they basically would take the Pingtone calls into Monkey Media and sell. My point of telling you that is, I bet you if someone's watching this, they could actually get a hold of the catering division at Subway, say, hey, we noticed you're using HubSpot with the catering arm. I'm assuming you have some sort of call center. I'm assuming catering is a big part of the revenue in Subway. Would you be open to having a conversation about how we can connect your phone system to your catering CRM? Dude, if someone freaking closes Subway from this video, or you get a meeting with Subway, or you want any help with Subway, call me. I'd love to have that one under my belt. So here's just a snippet of the lead list that you can take a look at. All right, so I did this video before. Someone reached out to me and said, hey, we love the video. Freaking Built With is expensive. And they're right. Built With is expensive. But I don't want you to get wrapped around the axle on that, because if I click download this full lead list, they'll ask you to sign up. I've signed up before. Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, shit. How do I sign? I don't want to sign up for free. How do I sign in? I already have an account. Oh, great. Now it's confused. Is this it? Probably not. Yeah. God dang it. All right. Well, long story short, I'm going to back out of this a little bit. This list, built with for the pricing plan that I needed, was I think $400. Yeah, it was $500 a month. Actually, maybe it was $300 a month, and you basically get like 2 lists, 2 reports. Okay, so this is monthly. You can cancel at any time. So make sure you do the per month. So I basically signed up. I bought 2 lists. And for you, I would buy HubSpot. So for $300, you can have 250,000 leads. You got to do it. If you can't justify that, then we've got bigger problems. So sign up and then cancel immediately. You get 1 list, you get 1 report per month. Just pop in there, pay for it, cancel. You got your list. They'll follow back up with you, ask you why you canceled. You can tell them it's too expensive. Say whatever you need to say. So then once you have that list, you now have a website or 250,000 people that are a perfect perfect leads for your business. Now we're going to move into the next part, but that next part is going to be how to clean the list, and I'll give you a little hint on that. You might actually be able to skip the built with step on this. And so in the next video, what I'm going to do is go into the tools used to clean the list, with the general premise of, I guess my question to you and to everyone watching this and anyone who's selling VoIP or really any business is, how much more revenue do you think you could do if you had the contact information of everyone who'd be a perfect customer? That's what I'm trying to do for you here. I want to set up a system where you can actually just email your perfect customer every day. Of course, it's going to resonate better with some than others. I don't want you to get discouraged by like the rates, meaning like the open rate and the reply rate. I can tell you for just general studies that I've done, it's like every 100, I forget what it is, every 100 people for websites that come to the website, like a good conversion rate would be 3 people sign up. So on email, it's even less than that because you're not selling a transactional product. But in the sense that you could outsource it, like this could be huge for you. The other part that I want to hint on, and maybe this is another video for you, is Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Google retargeting. Now, paid advertising is intimidating. Most people don't jump into it, and they just kind of say, they look for an agency to do it. The agency will make you pay all this money. At a small scale, you got to figure it out yourself. So what I want to tell you is these efforts are not wasted, because if you go ahead and you create a Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google retargeting, everyone who hits your website will then be retargeted into your ads. If they hit your website in any capacity, there was a level of interest there, and now you've got to work that buyer intent, and I'll have another video for that as well. So don't be intimidated by Built With. Please buy the list. It'll at least get you started. I'm not making any money off of this. I just love Built With. The reason that I'm obviously pushing this to you is because if you can target your customer base using CRM integration, you can then speak their language. And then the more you can speak the language, the easier it gets for you, right? Because you'll know all their pain points going in. You'll be able to tell them how they're losing money by not having CRM integration because their emails are going through HubSpot. Their support is going through HubSpot. Their lead forms are going through HubSpot. They already have the phone numbers in HubSpot. And then it's a pretty brainless question when you ask them, why isn't your phone system connected with HubSpot? You're literally leaving money on the table. And if you say it with confidence, which if you don't have today, you can work your way into that. But by telling them that they're leaving money on the table, it's a no-brainer, right? If you looked at the inbound calls this month versus the inbound calls about last month and see how that choreographed or related to basically the revenue, you can honestly see how the phone system impacts the bottom line, along with like average talk times for tickets, webinars, all sorts of stuff. Basically, you can push all that phone data right into HubSpot, and then it's a game changer for the follow-up process. You can see who talked to who, when they talked to who. It basically turns their CRM into a call center software to some extent. Anyways, I don't sell marketing services, but I want you to succeed, and what I also want you to do is sign up for Loop. If you need any help with BuiltList, please shoot me an email, spencer@loopdb.com, or you can ping me in the Slack channel. If you're not a part of my Slack channel, send me an email. There's a link in my signature, and you can join the Slack channel. All right, thank you for now, and catch the next video, please.